A Shalom, Akim Shalom. Before we begin this lesson, we want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Bahasham,
Bahashem,
Yahawashai,
Yahawashai,
Bahasham,
Bahashem,
Rachakwadash.
Rachakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and a sincere Shalom to the hopeful elect out there, listening, learning, and or teaching. Shalom to you all. All right, so today's lesson we're going to go into the creation. All right, and we're just going to go into it. Very basic, simple lesson, but it's important to know. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. This is Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1.
All right, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, power created the heaven and the earth.
Con. So that word the brother just read there for power, on your regular Bible, you might see it as God. But what we're going to do is we're going to get that word God in the blue letter. So, because the Bible was written in Hebrew, so we got to get that Hebrew word. So if y'all just bear with me, I'm going to go into the blue letter real quick. All right, so the word God is H430. It says Elohim, and the definition is rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. You see? All right. The scripture says ye are gods, right? Speaking about the men of Israel. Okay. But just to kind of bring that definition out, that'll tell us, all right, what does it mean by God? Okay, because a lot of people think this means Yahweh the Most High. All right, now Yahweh did give the blueprint, but who was doing it hands on? All right, it's talking about the angels, okay, and Yahawashi, which we're gonna go into that further in the book of John. But just so you can know, it's talking about plural entities, not just one person. We're gonna skip down from verse 1 to verse 26.
Salaki, that was Genesis.
Con, that's Genesis 1 and verse 26.
Con. And power said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Con. So notice how it said in power, it said, let us make man in our image. All right, showing you it's plural. It's not just one person doing the hands-on work. Okay, so now we're gonna go into this further and explain how it's Yahawashi who's doing it. So we're gonna go to John chapter 1, and we're gonna go to verse 14. Bear with me 1 second here. Yeah, John 1 and verse 14.
Con. Says John chapter 1, verse 14. And the
Come.
word was and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And behold, and we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the Salaki. I'm gonna redo that. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of full of grace and truth.
God, the word was made flesh, right? That's the point. We know it's talking about Yahawashi, because Yahawashi is the word made flesh. With that understanding, now let's go back up to John chapter 1 and let's start reading from the first verse.
John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with power, and the Word was power.
Con. So the right way to read that now that we have the understanding would be in the beginning was Yahawashi, and Yahawashi was with powers, right? Because that word God is going into powers, angels, rulers, judges, gods, right? So Yahawashi was with the powers, and Yahawashi was a power. Okay, showing you that Yahawashi was there with the angels creating the heavens and the earth under Yahweh's command. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit more detail. We're putting a puzzle together. Okay, so it was Yahawashi and the angels creating this earth. Okay, and so with that being said, we're just gonna grab one more precept to drive the point home, um, and that's gonna be Ephesians. All right, and that's gonna be Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 9.
Ephesians chapter 3, verse 9. And to make all men see what the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world hath been hid by power, who created all things by Yahushua Mahashiach.
You see, so all things were created by who? Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right, showing you that Yahweh put Yahweh Shai in charge, and they had the angels under him. All right, Yahweh Shai and the angels were doing all the hands-on work, creating the heavens and the earth. Okay, so now with that understanding, okay, you can understand things about like how the elect were the elect 144,000 were there with Yahushai from the beginning. If you remember reading that precept, roughly paraphrasing, right? Yahushai, we were with the Lord in the beginning, man, creating these heavens and these earth. Okay, so that's why we have such a deep respect for the creation and for the Creator, and that's why we're always constantly telling you how Esau is going off by all the things he's doing, destroying the earth, destroying the people, the animals, the planet. Because it's like if you create something and somebody goes messing it up, okay, that's gonna piss you off. Okay, so that's the mindset that we have, because through the Spirit we believe, we hope and pray that we be of the elect, and if we end up being of the elect, then that means that we were there with Yahweh Shai from the beginning, man. All right. So yeah, that's all we wanted to bring out today. So to finish off, we're gonna give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahasham,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Bahasham,
Bahashem,
Rachakwadash.
Rachakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and taught us his truth, and a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect out there listening, learning, and or teaching. Shalom wa, abab abal, shalom.